Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jake with Fitness Insider coming at you guys with another good one today. But first, as always, hit that subscribe button, man. Join the team. I'd love to have you. To everybody that has been subscribing, leaving positive comments, and getting involved, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. It means more to me than I could say. But to everybody that hasn't subscribed, think about it. I'm going to try to keep you guys updated as much as possible as we head into the Arnold Classic because, guys, I'm telling you, this is going to be the show of the year. Obviously, besides the Athleticon, I am super stoked about that. But one of the deepest lineups that I've seen in the Arnold Classic in a long time. So, super stoked about that. But just a quick note, stick around to the end because I got a little video clip of Big Ramy talking about the Arnold Classic that is only a couple days old. So, pretty cool to see what he has to say about this. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this. Just a small update video with all the main competitors who I envision to be the frontrunners of the Arnold Classic 2020. First off, of course, William Bonac. Now, looking at this, his back looks insane, all right? From the back, in this angle with his arms down, you could almost tell it looks very Kai Green-esque, super low-hanging lats, very thickly developed. Everything's well separated. It's insane how much him and Kai have. The similarities between these two guys from the back is insane. But as you can see here, man, he is super dry already. The separation in the arms, the shoulders, everything just looks phenomenal, man. I'm super excited to see what happens to William Bonac. And I think some people have written him off as second place already to Big Ramy. I personally will go on record and say I think he is going to be second place to Big Ramy, but I am not underestimating William, man. William always exceeds people's expectations. He won the show before, he can win it again, and he is just consistent. If there's anybody that is consistent in this game, it's going to be people like him and Dexter Jackson. These guys are known for conditioning and bringing it every single time, so Never count out William Bonac, man. He can always come in and upset the lineup. So, let's move on. And speaking of threats to the Arnold Classic title, none other than Cedric McMillan. Dude, this photo right here, I don't even know what to say about this, man. Like, I will be the first to tell you that I kind of wrote off Cedric McMillan, that I thought that he was probably going to be maybe third, fourth, fifth place, depending on his conditioning. Because let's face it, man, I love Cedric, man. He's a cool dude. I would love to see him actually achieve great things. He has the potential to do amazing things, and he just, for whatever reason, can't seem to put it together. But he does have a pretty good track record with the Arnold. He's won it before. But I'm telling you guys, this photo right here, it just blows me away genetically how far ahead he is from everybody, really. I mean, Cedric has all the mass of a mass monster, but all the clean lines in just amazing lines and symmetry and proportion of a smaller classic bodybuilder. Like, Cedric is kind of the perfect genetic specimen. I would love to see him just nail the conditioning just once, just so I could see what this guy would look like. Because if you listen to any bodybuilding analyst talk about it, Cedric is like the perfect bodybuilder. Everybody wants to see what this guy would look like if he really nailed it. Almost the same way that people talk about Big Ramy. They just want to see what this would look like if he just nailed the conditioning. And I'm telling you, man, Big Ramy has more mass, and he would just be the freakiest looking dude if he nails his conditioning. But Cedric, if he nailed the conditioning, nobody has cleaner lines at that kind of weight and size. Cedric's a taller guy, and he's a massive dude. He has a complete body, super good back, good legs, good chest, good arms, good everything, man. And if he puts it together for this show, I'm telling you, not even Big Ramy could beat him, unless Big Ramy is 150%. Like, just because, you know what? Big Ramy might be able. That would be a close one. If Big Ramy was 100% and Cedric was 100%, you got two massive guys, and it really comes down to lines versus just insane freaky mass. So it's it would be a sight to see, and I really hope that both of these guys are going to bring their A game, because it would be an amazing sight to see. And next we got the newest phenom on the scene, Patrick Moore. Okay, so this is basically, I think, the biggest question mark in most people's minds, because Patrick, man, he's so new that he basically just he made a big splash at the Olympia of 2019, and even though he only placed 10th, which, you know, let's be realistic, 10th place in your first Mr. Olympia, that is phenomenal. But I will go on record, as so many other people actually agree with me on this, that he deserved much higher than 10th. You know, he came in with great lines, amazing conditioning, you know, brought things back to more a classic style bodybuilder. He had that kind of look of, like, again, more like a classic type bodybuilder, and it was something that a lot of us kind of wanted to see after so many bubble guts, through so many years, to see someone come in who had the big arms, the good taper, just, yeah, all the good clean lines, man. It's refreshing to see somebody bring back those classic lines. And Patrick Moore, man, I don't really know where to put him, because I guess I'd really have to see him stand up with everybody, stand next to him, because I can tell you this much, even though I've only seen him a couple of times on stage, I am almost sure he's going to be one of these guys that come in with phenomenal conditioning. And if he is that guy that comes in with phenomenal conditioning, I really think he's going to do very well. Looking at this front double, okay, point out a flaw, okay? I mean, I've heard some people say that his torso looks a little bit too small. Dude, come on, you know, whatever. That's not a big deal. Arms look phenomenal. Chest is full and big. You know, he's pretty wide. Nice taper, amazing midsection. I've heard people say that his arms look almost as big as his midsection, and when you really look at it, that's kind of true, man. His waist is so small and tapered, and then it goes right down into that really good-looking X-frame with the big legs, you know. I think he might need a little bit more mass and sweep on the quads and whatnot, but yeah, other than that, dude, Patrick Moore, he is set to make a big splash in the scene, and I'm telling you, this is somebody to keep your eye on. There's some people saying that he's overhyped. I don't believe that, guys. I'm telling you, this guy he's going to be a top placer in every show for years to come. As long as, you know, no injuries or nothing stupid happens. If he brings the conditioning like he has been, he's going to be someone to watch out for, and I think he could place as high as, I'd like to say 4th, you know, because right now I have Dexter Jackson in 3rd place. I think Ramy's going to win it. I think Bonac's going to be 2nd. Those two could flip-flop, but I think it's pretty sure it's going to be Ramy and Bonac in the top 2 spots. I think Dexter's going to be 3rd, you know, unless Cedric McMillan, again, comes in the best shape he ever has. But Dexter's probably 3rd. But Patrick Moore against Dexter, that's a tough one, man. I think Patrick might be able to beat him. But I don't know. That's a hard one. We'll have to wait and see how it shakes out. But I can't even say it enough. I'm super excited to see what Patrick Moore can do in a lineup that is as deep and stacked as this one is. So everybody be on the lookout for this guy, man. I am super stoked to see what he can do here. Okay, guys, and last but certainly not least, we have, of course, Big Ramy. So this picture is not really an update picture. In fact, it's probably old, but either way, this is basically just the most recent picture he's actually posted up on the Instagram. But I just wanted to make a quick commentary on it, and then I'm going to show you guys a video from I believe his sponsors, Dragon Pharma, where he basically is talking about the Arnold Classic and his prep and whatnot. And you're going to see, man, and a lot of other bodybuilding channels have already reported on this, but he has what's called the death face, or basically the sunken in cheeks and the really dried out. His face looks very skinny. It looks, you know, all the fat and water is just sucked out of his face, and it's just, you can almost just see his skull, you know. And man, you know, when you get down to that low body fat and you pull carbs out that for sustained amount of time, it sucks, guys. Ask anybody, any MMA fighter, any wrestler, any bodybuilder, anybody that ever had to cut weight for a sustained amount of time. Man, it's rough. So I feel for Big Ramy, and but this was what gives me confidence in his appearance here, is because I have never seen Big Ramy look so I've never seen him look so sucked down and dry. he's still like 3-4 weeks out from the show, and he is already peeled in the face, and I can only imagine what he looks like in the body. And I'm sure we're not going to get a super revealing picture. It would be really cool in the coming weeks if he gives us basically a full reveal of where he's at. But, you know, at this close, I'm not really expecting anything. But without further ado, guys, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the video. So check this out.
Yeah, it's a 4-week out also. And maybe I'm low carb from long time. But I'm super excited for the show, big show. And I have to do as much as I can to be a beast, and that's make me, you know, I don't feel I have a carb, I don't care, I have a carb, I have my heart fight for my show. That's it.
So there you go, guys. Big Ramy basically talking about how he is really fighting for the show and giving it everything he has, because he really wants to be a beast and come back. And if you really think about it, right, it makes a lot of sense. All right, 2017, he shows up in his all-time best conditioning in many people's eyes, and he takes second to Phil Heath in what was kind of a controversial issue. You know, wherever you stand, that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinions. Some people think Phil won. Some people think Ramy won. Either way, it was a close battle. And going into 2018, many people thought that was the year that Big Ramy was finally going to take the Olympia. Everybody knows he's a future Mr. Olympia if he can just put the conditioning and come in consistently, just conditioned, you know. And he came in way too big, way too watery. And for the night show, for the Saturday show, I heard he lost something like 20 pounds, and he came in much tighter and much better, but it was a little bit, you know, too little too late at that point, and he placed much lower than I think it was like 5th place or something. And I felt really bad for the guy. He got some kind of shoulder injury or something, and he basically sat out for almost the entirety of 2019. I don't think he did anything. And so 2020 basically is his comeback. He took a long hiatus, and he's coming back, and he has something to prove, man. I mean, this is literally one of the best, biggest bodybuilders we have in the world, and he's coming back to show like he's not done. He has a lot left to do, and I'm telling you guys, like, he was even talking about it there. He's like, I've been on low carbs or no carbs for a long time. He's like, I don't care. He's like, I don't care if I have any carbs. He's like, that don't matter to me. He's like, I am fighting for this show. I'm doing everything I can to be a beast and to win this thing. So I'm telling you, man, Big Ramy is bringing it. I have zero doubt in my mind that he's going to come in looking amazing. So that's really it, man. I wanted to show you guys that. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I am. I think this is going to be freaking amazing. I cannot wait for this show. And believe me, I'm going to try to be updating you guys every time I see something new, something newsworthy. I'll definitely be reporting on it, so definitely subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll keep you informed on what's going on. So anybody that stuck around to the end of the video, I appreciate you guys. I will see you on the next one.